What's your most successful unethical life hack? I've kept my room key so I can pool crash the MGM on other trips to Vegas. They don't scan your room key, the attendant just needs to see it. Had new phone in back pocket. Sat down without thinking, crack screen. Next day, received call from provider asking if I was sure I didn't want protection plan. I had declined. I told him he was a good salesman and accepted. Returned phone for new one 2 weeks later. Cancelled protection plan. I once got a parking ticket and instead of paying it I dipped it in water, crumpled it up, and had my GF bring it to the police station a week later saying she found it on the street. I went online to see if the citation was still there and it was gone. Using coffee straws for free laundry via my apartment's washing machine. That joke Dave Chappelle had about riding in the car with a white guy and the guy saying, "I'm sorry, I didn't know I wasn't allowed to do that." I've done that in tons of places. I've wandered into restricted areas in zoos and in theme parks, got caught and was like, "Oopsie. We were looking for the bathroom and we got lost." Most of the time they'll escort you back to the main park area. But sometimes you'll meet someone cool and you get a behind-the-scenes tour. So long as you know how to chat someone up. Make some small talk. Don't come off as a creep or like you deserve to be back there. Most of the time the low-level employee will take you the long way back to the park and you get to see some cool stuff. Heck, one time in a zoo I got to feed some giraffes because me and a buddy got caught wandering and this lady was frantic. I asked her what was wrong and she said she's behind schedule getting food to the animals. So we offered to help since we both had restaurant experience dicing vegetables. 20 minutes later we have like 10 bowls of food ready and she let us feed some giraffes carrots and stuff. Edit to add. If you do this at a zoo, do not try to get into the enclosures. Weigh the risk versus the reward. Gonna go to jail? Probs not worth it? Gonna get put on a list that goes out to all the airports? DEFS not worth it? Gonna get to feed some cool animals? We'll see. I don't know if this counts but I have an obnoxious coworker that never stops talking. So I started sticking my hands in the hand dryers every time he spoke to me. Situated in our workplace for hygiene reasons, so I couldn't hear him. And now he's just doesn't bother trying anymore. I got a parking ticket my first or second semester at a junior college. Can't remember anymore. The ticket came in a little unmarked and unsealed envelope. Instead of getting a permit, I put that envelope back under my windshield wiper every morning so they thought they had already given me a ticket. I did that for 2 or 3 semesters before eventually transferring. So, paid $1.30 ticket for over a year of school parking. Use the self-pay kiosk at the movies. Instead of the regular adult I choose the senior. I would do the child but usually watching something R-rated. The 15-year-old ripping your ticket at the cinema rarely would check. If they do you just play dumb and pushed the wrong button. Saves a few bucks. Lied on my resume to get my first job in IT. Then crammed watching videos of the technologies the job description wanted. And got the job after lying in the interview. I used to scam free extra dipping sauces from MCDs. This is how. You go through the drive-thru when it is busy, order your McNuggets. Pay for them at the first window, then when you get up to the pickup window, act like you forgot to buy extra sauces and ask if you can buy them right then and there while holding out a credit card. Do not hold out cash because the attendant might just pocket it. Odds are they will just give them to you for free since what you just did was throw a big monkey wrench into the finely run machine that is the drive-thru ordering/pickup process. My local MCDs suddenly got really stingy with condiments. Only giving you the minimum and posting signs saying extra condiments would cost extra. They've since changed and are no longer stingy so I don't need to use this method anymore. Edit, I once tried this same thing at a Pizza Hut drive-thru. Got a free soda. This might be a bit outdated now because it's so easy to order everything online, but if a local store doesn't carry the product you want them to, just call them and ask them if they have it, and have a few friends call and do the same. Also ask if they have it every time you go in, and have a friend or two to do the same. Eventually they will think that everyone is asking about product X, so they should start keeping it in stock. When I was younger, me and some friends got a local sporting goods store to carry disc golf discs. By doing this, want to save yourself 49 cents and commit a federal crime? Put a letter in a mailbox with no postage, put the destination as the return address. Not sure if they still do this, but when I was in college, Amazon offered 6 months of Prime free if you use your student email address. At my college, you can change your email address to something else than what they gave you as a default. So I'd just change it every 6 months and got Prime for free for 4 years. If you rock the vending machine back and forth to dislodge the trapped Snickers bar, then you improve the gene pool for the rest of us. As an older person, I can reliably assert that acting confused and or hard of hearing can get you out of most minor troubles. Signing up for stuff under a fake name to get free stuff at campus fairs. I have this brother-in-law. He buys those gas-powered lawn edgers from Sears. The things are famous for lasting a season or two, since the engines are so temperamental. Anyway, he uses it all summer and fall. At the end of the season, he pours in a little extra oil into the gas mixture, takes it back to Sears and says, "The engine is ready to blow because there's a lot of smoke coming from the exhaust." He then proceeds to start the engine right in the store, to prove his point. This drives them nuts. They tell him to shut it down, and proceed to give him a new one. Next year, repeat, and reflush, different Sears store. I think he's on number 5 now. I didn't do this, but someone I went to high school worked at a Walmart pushing carts. He would find receipts left behind. If he found a receipt for something he liked, he would keep it. Later he would take whatever the receipt was for, and if he got stopped, sets off the alarm, he would just pull out his receipt and say he bought it during his lunch break. He bragged how the manager said they were being hit by a pro. Eventually he was caught when he tried to steal a WII. If you have siblings, blame them for everything. Stuff a wadded up piece of paper into the inside of the change return hole of all the vending machines you see. Come back in a few days to reap your rewards. Sometimes when a building is locked after hours, and I'm there during the day, I will crumple up a napkin and stick it in the lock so I can come back later. This one's a long game, but start building a reputation as a bad liar. Tell mundane lies with overt tells. Over time people will trust your truthfulness on everything else you say. The possibilities are endless. We used to do this in high school/college to double our beer purchases, but it works worth anything. 2 people go into a big store. This is specifically designed for Walmart, but should work any place with 2 exits, and fill up carts with the exact same things. 2 cases of your brand of beer and a bottle of wine, for example. One person checks out, leaves, then comes in another entrance to pass the receipt off to the second person waiting with the second loaded out cart. They then walk out of another exit, and if anyone asks for a receipt, you've got one and it's for the right date, time, and products. I eat a donut every time I go to the grocery store and I don't pay for it. You never get busted just casually eating it as you do your shopping.